Good evening, I'm Evita Caldwell.
And I'm Cassie Gettinger.
Tonight on SLU News 22.
GIC's latest speaker, Tim Wise, was at SLU last Tuesday.
Some zombies paid us a visit.
A look at the nation and international news.
And David's latest 7-day forecast, plus Billiken Sports with Willie McKenna. Thank you for joining us.
Our top story this week is the latest GIC speaker. Last Tuesday, Tim Wise came to speak on the topic of racism in the United States. Wise is the author of Colorblind, The Rise of Post-Racial Politics and the Retreat for Racial Equality. Wise spoke about how, even though we consider ourselves to be in the post-racism world, race still plays a huge part in our politics and daily lives. But that is a topic we are all hesitant to talk about.
In other news, SLU's campus was recently invaded by zombies. SLU's first game ever of Humans vs. Zombie, which ran from October 25th to 29th. Players designated as humans identified by black and orange bandanas worn on their arms had to avoid zombies who wore their bandanas on their heads while traveling around campus. Humans were able to stun the zombies by hitting them with a pair of rolled-up socks or Nerf darts. Humans became zombies if tagged by one of the undead creatures. Here are some highlights.
Stare at them.
Oh, she's got a sword.
Carry somebody out.
Can't do that. It's illegal.
Let's wait about 30 seconds, then let's
the rules.
kind of start to walk away, and then
For a snack.
Come on, all we want to do is eat your brains.
I kind of want to run around campus.
Does have anything to say about humans versus zombies during this quiet moment?
It's fantastic. How about we all go inside, form a line, and just push them out? Yeah. No, nobody has a chainsaw.
How did it feel to get carried out by zombies?
Unpleasant. Fun to be a zombie or a human?
Oh, human.
Why?
I liked being a human because it's more fun to try and evade the zombies than to try and attack people, I think, in my opinion.
I don't know. Taking out Ritter Hall was pretty fun.
See, I just became a zombie.
Yes.
So I haven't really gotten a full zombie experience. I
got tackled by a zombie on Monday night, so I've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
We all go up the stairs at the same time. There's 2 sets of stairs and there's 3 people at the top.
Okay, ready,
Everybody
go.
come
Have
on.
fun. 5 o'clock.
He's coming. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shit. I don't know if I got stunned or not.
That was good.
Are you serious?
We were the last group. We were the last unit. Yeah, we were. What happened? Ran into this shit. You're gonna wait. Relatively good cover, but also get covered everyone else.
What do you say about humans versus zombies?
Brains! You got another one.
What about you?
I've had a pleasurable experience in the undead lifestyle. I'm enjoying the excess of brains as well as the yumminess of it.
Each semester, a faculty member is selected by the students to speak at the last lecture series, an informal address, to share reflections from their life's journey. The faculty member will be speaking from the premise. If you knew this was your last lecture you would ever give, what would you share with students? There are not any predetermined boundaries for the program.
Dr. Belden Lane was selected to speak this semester for the last lecture series. Dr. Lane, who is professor of theological studies, received his Bachelor's of Arts from Florida State University, his BD from Fuller Theology Seminary, and his PhD from Princeton Theological Seminary. Dr. Lane arrived at St. Louis University in 1977, and he teaches a variety of courses at the undergraduate and graduate level. Dr. Lane received the SGA Faculty Excellence Award in 2008. Dr. Lane teaches in the areas of American religion, the history of spirituality, and the connections between geography and faith.
Dr. Lane will be speaking tomorrow, November 9th at 7 p.m. in BSC 171 or the Wool Ballrooms. And now David is here to give us a quick look at the weather. David?
Well, the weather is certainly looking great. If you weren't outside, then you really missed out, because we had wall-to-wall sunshine. Temperatures were very warm, well above average, something we like to call Indian summer, because it's a prolonged period of very warm temperatures after a very hard freeze, which we saw this weekend. Out there right now, temperatures are still very mild. Temperatures are around 67 degrees here at SLU. However, the dew point is very low, sitting around 37 degrees, so that means the atmosphere is very dry, which means that we'll be allowed to cool off pretty quickly as we head through the overnight hours. Temperatures across the region this afternoon and evening were still very mild. Around St. Louis, we were mostly in the upper 60s to around 70 in most locations. Through the overnight hours, temperatures will fall to around 46 degrees with those very dry, the very dry atmosphere and light winds. Now we are looking for even more warm temperatures as we go through the next couple of days, but we are going to see a big change as we head towards the weekend, and we'll talk about that as we head. We'll talk more about that in the main forecast coming up later in the newscast.
Sounds good. I'm glad that it's at least going to stay warm for a little while.
I know.
Looking
Thanks,
forward
David.
to that. Thanks, David. If you're a fan of SLU-TV on Facebook, then you know that we are giving away a prize pack for the movie Morning Glory. To be entered into the contest, all you have to do is like our Facebook page. To find our page, search SLU-TV on Facebook. If you have already liked our news page, you are already entered in the contest.
On Saturday, November 13th, Parks College will be hosting their annual pumpkin launch in Tegler Field. 6 teams will be building trebuchets and competing at launching pumpkins across the field. In connection with this event, the Association of Parks College students will be selling apple cider and pumpkin pies. Half of the proceeds will go to charity. They will be also holding a canned food drive.
The SLU Theater Company continues their 2010 season with Cabaret, opening Friday, November 12th. The musical is set in 1931 Berlin and focuses on life as the shady Kit Kat Club as the Nazis rise to power. Tickets are $7 for students, $9 for SLU faculty and staff and senior citizens, and $10 for any other adults. Curtains rise at 8 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays through the 20th of November.
Career Services will be hosting an alumni panel discussion and networking event focused on diversity in the workplace on Tuesday, November 9th. The companies will discuss the tools needed for global citizenship and diversity in business. The panel will take place from 5 to 6:30 p.m. and business casual attire is required.
Pius Library is now featuring an exhibit of rare books entitled Early Church Fathers and Their Influence on Christianity, an exhibit of rare books at Pius Library. The collection is conceived and implemented by Senior Micah Miller and is the special collections exhibit to be curated by an undergraduate. This exhibit is located in St. Louis Room on the 3rd floor of Pius Library. The exhibit is open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday until March 11, 2011.
When we come back, we'll take a look at national and international news. We'll be right back.
In international news, a Chinese national boarded an Air Canada flight from Hong Kong on October 29th, disguised as an elderly man, in an attempt to gain citizenship once he arrived in Vancouver. An airline official in Canada noticed the Asian man, whose name was not released, stating that he had an old face with unusually young-looking hands. The Asian man was arrested at a Vancouver airport and is being held in a Vancouver jail pending an immigration hearing.
This evening, Conan O'Brien, a former host on The Tonight Show on NBC, will return to late-night television. His new show marks the host's return to television after what has been called the Leno O'Brien late-night war months ago at NBC. With such a strong fan base, expectations for O'Brien's new show are high. This debut has received quite a bit of support from Coco fan base, but people are questioning whether or not Team Coco will be able to sustain it. To judge for yourself, O'Brien's show airs on television at 11 o'clock p.m. on TBS.
The Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones confirmed in a news conference Monday afternoon that Wade Phillips was out as the team's head coach, and that assistant head coach Jason Garrett will lead the team on an interim basis. The team is off to a 1-7 start, their worst since 1989. After a preseason full of Super Bowl hype, fans and observers have placed the blame squarely on the team's coaches. This comes after the Cowboys took a spectacular loss of 45-7 to Green Bay just last night.
Also in international news, Hurricane Tomas sideswiped Haiti over the weekend, destroying many homes and killing 6 people. The storm flooded out many towns and caused extensive problems, especially in the tent cities where many Haitians are still living after January's powerful earthquake devastated the country.
Even with the storm moving away and dissipating, major concerns remain. The country was already struggling to keep up with the cholera outbreak that has killed 501 people so far. With the storm's aftermath, officials are concerned that the outbreak could worsen, especially with abundant standing water left behind by the storm.
On a more humorous note, the next story, as strange as it sounds, is in fact true. For the last 10 weeks, Mark Hall, a professor of human nutrition at Kansas State University, has been eating nothing but Twinkies, Nutty Bars, and powdered donuts and other Little Debbie and Hostess snack foods instead of real meals. And he has lost 27 pounds. His goal was to show that pure calorie counting, not nutritional value, is what counts when losing weight. His body mass index went from 28.8, considering overweight, to 24.9, which is normal. He now weighs 174 pounds. Despite his temporary success, Hall does not recommend replicating his snack-centric diet.
We'll be looking at some very warm temperatures here in the weather forecast coming up, and something called Indian summer. Temperatures will be very warm, and we'll be looking at dry conditions through Friday. However, big changes are in store for Saturday, so I'll look at the forecast right after the break.
And welcome back. Chief Meteorologist David Keller is with us now. David, today was quite the change from last week. It was pretty cold.
Yeah, it was very cold last week. We saw a high temperature on last Friday of around 48 degrees. However, today, you may have noticed it was very warm. We saw a high of 74 degrees here at SLU. Out at Lambert, they saw a high of 75, so much warmer than we saw last week. And that is well above our average high of 57 degrees. You'll see that right there, getting close to that record of 82 degrees set back in 2005. However, look at that record low, 8. So that tells you how cold it can get this time of year. I don't foresee any record low temperatures in the next few weeks, but that's just a sign of the time of the year, as temperatures will be getting colder as we go through the next few weeks. This afternoon and early this evening, temperatures were very mild across the region. Here in St. Louis, we were sitting at 67 degrees. Off to the north, it was a little bit warmer, up into the lower 70s. However, the majority of the region was sitting in the mid to upper 60s, with some middle 70s off to the southwest and eastern Kansas and northeast Oklahoma. If we take a look at our satellite and radar, well, there's not a lot to look at. As you can see, there are very few clouds across the region. We saw wall-to-wall sunshine this afternoon here in St. Louis. The closest clouds are up in northwest Nebraska and South Dakota, and that's associated with a system that will be affecting us later this week. However, between now and then, all we have to worry about is these southerly winds bringing us some much warmer weather for the next couple of days. As I said, the storm system will be approaching the region as we head towards the weekend. It'll be lifting out of southern Kansas across Missouri and into Illinois, and that will bring a chance for showers and thunderstorms as well as much cooler weather. It'll be noticeably cooler as with time we get to Saturday. However, for your Tuesday forecast, when you wake up and head out to your morning classes, 52 degrees, mostly sunny skies, so mild start. You may want a light jacket, but you can probably lose that by the time we get to the lunch hours. Temperatures will have warmed up all the way to 70 degrees with those light southerly winds and sunny skies. A high of 76 tomorrow afternoon, falling back to a mild 63 by 8 p.m. So here's the rest of your 7-day forecast. Those warmer temperatures continue through Wednesday and Thursday, which is Veterans Day, by the way, with a high of 71. So very nice day. That on Friday, temperatures do begin to fall back just a little bit, down to 68 degrees. Showers and thunderstorm chances do increase Friday night into Saturday with that system. And then look at how temperatures really crash as we head into the weekend and early next week, with a high of 55 on Sunday and 55 on Saturday and 53 on Sunday. And after that, it looks like we might be seeing our first chance of snow.
Wow. Oh, don't say that word yet.
But we'll be looking at that.
Now,
we'll be looking
at
that next week. So something to be thinking about as we are heading in to almost winter now. It's getting close to the middle of November, so temperatures should be getting colder.
Yeah, I
So
guess
just
it is
a warning,
November, but
just
it's
a warning,
70, so
we
I
could
can't
be
think
looking at
about
our
snow.
first chance of snow next week.
Wow. Good old St. Louis weather.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with a look at sports. Don't go away. McKenna joins us now with a look at Billiken sports for the week. Willie?
Thanks, Avita. We really had a busy week in sports here with basketball and men's soccer. So we're going to start off with a little bit of men's soccer action here. The St. Louis University Billikens needed a win or a tie to claim a spot in next week's Atlantic 10 Conference Tournament. St. Louis rallied from 2 goals down with less than 20 minutes to go to post a 2-2 draw against Massachusetts Sunday at Robert R. Herman Stadium. The Billikens finished their season 8-6-3 and 5-3-1 at Atlantic 10 play. That earned them a spot in the Atlantic 10 Championship, which begins Thursday, November 11th in Charlotte, North Carolina. SLU's offensive charge continued when the equalizer was scored in the 80th minute on freshman Cito Sacieta's first career goal. After the Billikens battled back to tie the score, SLU sophomore keeper Mark Pius preserved the tie and perhaps the season for the Billikens. In the first overtime session, Pius made a miraculous diving stop on what appeared to be a sure open net goal for UMass. In all, Pius made 6 saves for SLU. SLU is the defending A10 champions, and they continue their impressive streak of A10 tournament appearances, making this the program's 6th straight. The Billikens have advanced to the event each year since joining the league, which started back in 2005, and they are this year's 5th seed, while Xavier earns the 6th seed and will make its 3rd appearance in the Atlantic 10 Championship. Andrea Beatty of the women's Billiken volleyball team hit a 5.22 to pace St. Louis past Fordham 25-20, 25-15, 26-28, and 25-17 in Atlantic 10 Conference volleyball action Sunday in the Bronx, New York. The Billikens remain in a tie for 2nd place in the league with a 10-3 win-loss mark and are 17-10 overall on the season. The Billikens men's basketball team is off to a very hot start in exhibition play as well, starting their exhibition season off 2-0 with consecutive home wins against Cardinal Stritch and Nova Southeastern. Dwayne Evans scored 12 points on 6 of 9 shooting and collected a game-high 14 rebounds, and St. Louis pulled away to have a late register of 78-62 for an exhibition victory over Nova Southeastern Saturday night at the Chaffetz Arena.
Wow, sounds like a successful weekend of sports for the Billikens.
And we have that little prize pack to give away that we were talking about for Morning Glory.
Yeah, like
so we're going through the list of entries, and we have pulled out a name. I don't really know how to pronounce the last name.
Oh, I think.
Do you?
Andy Suzinski. I think it's something like that. Yeah, she's in my sorority.
Okay, well, she has won our Morning Glory prize pack. We will send her a message momentarily, and she can come by the studio anytime tonight and pick up her prize. We also have a secondary winner, Megan Pitlick. She has won a pass to the free screening tomorrow night of Morning Glory.
Go Megan.
So, fun stuff there. Now, back to our weather that's looking pretty glorious over the next few days. Temperatures will be in the middle to upper 70s across most of the area, especially tomorrow with a high around 76. 73 on Wednesday, 71 Thursday, cooling off for the weekend with a chance of showers and thunderstorms, and maybe some more freezing or frozen weather as we head towards later next week.
Makes me sad.
No, I'm not ready for it. I know it'll be here before we know it, though.
It will.
Well, thanks, guys, for watching SLU News 22. Don't forget, you can follow us online at slutv.slu.edu or follow us on Twitter or Facebook.
Tune in later tonight for Mondays in Midtown with Mark J. Zinn. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.